Okay, I think we are live. So, what's going on, people? This is Brian Martin with your daily Manchester United news show. So, obviously, today is the day before a match. So, I've done a match preview. So, if you're looking for that, I will link that below. That should be out here in about 2 minutes. So, you will see that pop up. So, check that out if you are interested. You should be interested if you're watching me right now. Anyway, let's get into it. So I've got clock ticking for Amorim, and I've got some exciting UEFA Women's Champions League news. So first, look, let's get into it. As I said before with Amorim, there are conflicting reports on, the clock itself, right? Some are saying that he's got an indefinite clock and that the board fully backs him. Others are saying this game tomorrow against Chelsea is the start of a three-match clock, if you will, and that's all he's got left. If you ask me, I personally think that he's got these next three games. I think the meeting at Carrington was not as happy and lighthearted as Amorim made it out to be. He joked in the press conference saying that, oh, they were offering him a new contract, but instead, no, they were just looking for data around the team and this and that. I don't think it was that lighthearted. I think this starts Amorim's clock, these next three games, especially because we've got Chelsea and then what, Sunderland and Brentford, or Brentford, Sunderland. I can't remember the exact order now. I've got it written down further down the screen. But yeah, I think this starts the clock because, I mean, again, we are currently in 14th place. We are on pace for 1 point per game, which is not good. This means we're on track for 38 points. 38 points doesn't get you any higher than 16th place in the Premier League. At least it hasn't for the last 6, 7, 8 seasons, right? So I mean, we've got to do better than that. Otherwise, we will miss out on Europe again, which means we miss out on funds, which means we are not able to sign players. Now, speaking of funds, there was a story about record-breaking revenue and all that stuff for Manchester United, but then I saw a story today saying that we still owe £1 billion. So, or I guess the debt has grown over to £1 billion. So it's like, what is it? I mean, yesterday I was excited because I thought, oh, that means funds to buy a midfielder. Um, but now, I'm not so sure. I don't know, I need to trace that story back a bit more and see, about the debt and just see how the numbers compare. But again, going back to Amorim though, as I said before, I'm comfortably and fully Amorim out. I don't think he's the guy. I don't think the system works. But I think the rope is short right now, right? I think it's very short. Like I said, I think that meeting at Carrington was not as happy and pleasant. Um, you know, I think tomorrow starts the potential turnaround, hopeful turnaround again, because at the end of the day, I am a Manchester United supporter and love the club. So I hope that I am wrong about Amorim, and I hope tomorrow starts the future, the bright future for Manchester United. I won't say too much about tactics and things like that because I got into that in my match preview, which you should check out. But yeah, I mean, look, I was asked before, I said it before, I'll say it again. If Amorim does go, I think we should bring in Marco Silva. I know that there were other names mentioned, Southgate, Poch, Xavi, Areola, and bringing Carrick back. Each one obviously has their strengths and weaknesses. I mean, Poch might be looking to get out of this whole U.S. men's national team drama, which is a whole nother, you know, nonsense issue. But yeah, obviously I think Marco Silva is the guy we should bring in. Um, in terms of like players that we're looking at, again, this is the same ones we've been reporting, right? Wharton, Stiller, Anderson, Gallagher, Baleba. And then the new one is Neves, Ruben Neves of Al Hilal. As I said yesterday, I am curious to see how the Saudi Pro League handles exits, right? We've seen how they handle incomings, big money splashed out, big paychecks. But I'm curious to see how they negotiate and handle exits. Do they try and make money off these players? Do they sell them on the cheap? I would think maybe they sell them on the cheap because money's not a thing there. But maybe that's just me being wishful and hopeful that we can get a player like Ruben Neves on the cheap to come into Manchester United. He is 28, so he is still in his prime. Of course, on the transfer front, since we're speaking about it, there are conflicting reports about Casemiro. Some are saying that he's going to get an extension. Others are saying he's going to leave. I think if he leaves, he goes to Al Nassr or Sao Paulo in his hometown of Brazil. There are reports about Bruno leaving next summer as well. And then there's also reports about Manutd going to Newcastle, Madrid, or Manchester City, which would be, I don't think he goes to City. I don't think he does. That would just be a slap in the face of Manchester United. But I would be curious to know where Pep thinks his best position is. If he agrees with me and thinks it's 10, or if he thinks that he can play center mid. Um, Anyway, again, I'm not going to rehash a ton of that because I've talked about that all week because there's nothing else to talk about. No, I'm kidding. Just being honest. But since there's such a long time between the matches, so anyway, if you can't laugh at anybody else, you can at least laugh at yourself, right? But looking ahead again, we've got the Chelsea match tomorrow. They're fifth in the table. Now, I'll tell you this. If the guys don't show up for Amorim tomorrow, that to me means that they have soured on him, they are downing tools, and they are pushing him out. I'll repeat it. If the guys don't show up tomorrow and they don't put out a big fight against Chelsea, I believe that they have soured on Amorim and they want him gone. That's what I think, right? Again, I am in the Amorim out camp. So sure, you can say that, oh, you're just hoping that happens. I don't want us to play bad. I want us to go out there and smash Chelsea, especially because they got Garnacho now to shut him up, right? I'd love for us to go out there and smash him. I'd love for Amorim to turn it around. I will keep saying that till I'm blue in the face. I would love to be wrong and for him to turn it around and us to go on and win things and be happy again. That would be great. That's what we all want. But again, as I was saying just now, I think if the guys don't turn up tomorrow, I think that tells you everything you need to know. I think it tells you everything you need to know about the meeting yesterday in the training ground with Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Barada and Jason. So we'll see. We will see. It will be very, very interesting to see because again, they are at home in front of the home fans. So if they don't put out or turn up, then that tells you something. After that, we've got Brentford on the 27th, and then we've got Sunderland October 4th. Now, in terms of injuries, watch the match preview. I discuss injuries there. I won't spoil it here. Again, I'll link that below. No suspensions to deal with. So what I wanted to get into, some exciting news on the women's front. The women overturned a 0-1 deficit against Brann by winning 3-0 at home. It was a beautiful win. This is huge news because this is the first time we've made it into the Women's Champions League. So this is huge historic news for, the women's team, which is fairly young, right? Compared to the other women's teams and just kind of underfunded, if you ask me. So anyway, so we are into the Women's Champions League phase, and the draw was 2 days. So we have Lyon home, we have Wolfsburg away, or Wolfsburg. We have PSG, Mary Earps reunion. Mary Earps was the goalkeeper for the women for the longest time in England International. We have that at home. So I'll be interested to see what they do for that. If they kind of give her a homecoming or if they just kind of boo or, I don't think they'll boo. I don't think they'll boo. She was a good servant of the club. So I think it'll be interesting to see. Juventus away, Valerenga home, and Atletico Madrid away. So that is a tough draw for the ladies, but I think they will handle themselves well. I mean, if you've been watching, we've been on fire in the WSL, particularly Turlin and Mallard, absolute magic. I mean, you need to go watch them if you are not watching. You are missing absolute, just shows, good football. I'm not just gassing them up because it's my club. Good football, really good football. Turlin has 8 goals and 1 assist in 6 games. Insane. That's Sunday League, Sunday League stats, Mallard has 4 goals and 2 assists in 6 matches. Again, Sunday League stats. I mean, just absolutely killing it, smashing it. Toons doing her thing. Jess Parker in the midfield. I mean, she's so short and shifty with the ball. She's a nightmare to defend against. I mean, she's good. We are firing on all cylinders right now. So, I mean, go watch the women, go support. I mean, good football to watch. The next WSL match is a big one. It's against Arsenal on Sunday. So Arsenal, reigning Women's Champions League winner, or champions, whatever. And also, top 2, 3 every year in the Women's Super League. So this will be a big test for us, right? To go out there and to face Arsenal. I think if we get through and beat Arsenal and then we beat Chelsea, I think might be the next match even. I think we've got a good chance of winning the league. Look, call me crazy, call me overly excited, but I think, there are great things happening on the women's front. So please, please, please check that out. Anyway, I will wrap it up. I won't take too much of your time. Just some quick reminders before you go. Check out the match preview against Chelsea. I will link that below. You won't want to miss that. Some interesting quotes and my predicted 11, my keys to victory, as I always give. Of course, for the match, I will do a live halftime show and a post-match discussion. So please be sure to turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of that. Apart from that, guys, I will let you get back to your day. I appreciate your time as always. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.